Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome back. So tonight we're gonna kick it off. We're gonna discuss this new documentary that was released. It's called Quiet on the Set. So this documentary is based on basically probably just about every Nickelodeon childhood star, and they're revealing like their horrific experiences. While chasing their dreams and things that have happened on the set that weren't very professional or kid friendly. Okay? Now, I haven't got the chance yet to check out the whole documentary, but best believe I will be tuning in. But I did catch some very interesting clips off of World Star. Shout out to those guys. And you could go there too and check out the clip or watch the documentary. One clip in particular that was very interesting that stood out to me was Drake's Bell's interview. And if y'all don't remember Drake, what was you doing as a kid? But anyway, from the show Drake and Josh. And it's just crazy because you really never know what people are dealing with, in their daily lives, everyday life, off camera, off social media. You just don't know what people are going through. So I'm gonna let you guys check out this clip for yourself, and then I'll be pausing, breaking down in between so we can chat and discuss. All right, so check this out.
I was sleeping on the couch where I would usually sleep, and I woke up to him. I just opened my eyes. I woke up, and he was sexually assaulting me, and I froze and was in complete shock and had no idea what to do or how to react. And I had no idea how to get out of the situation. I couldn't run outside. I had my phone. I mean, I was just, what am I going to call my mom and be like, hey, this just happened. Can you come pick me up? I'll just sit here and wait. I had no car. I didn't drive. I was 15 at this time.
Okay, so the guy that Drake is referring to was a producer during those times, the 90s, early 2000s, by the name of Brian Peck. Now, Mr. Peck has already served time, allegedly, due to these crimes. So I think he got like 16 months. Yeah, he got off easy. 16 months. Meanwhile, R. Kelly got what? Oh, but 16 months. And to register, basically. 16 months jail time and to register as a offender. So yeah, basically he got a slap on the wrist if these things did in fact happen, because we got to say allegedly. I wasn't there, but he was charged, so they must have some sort of evidence, proof. And I just think that's crazy. Again, like I said, R. Kelly got all this time. Not saying what he did was right. His case a little different because some of them girls was like grown, except for the the whole golden shower thing. Now, and I don't know if y'all seen the tape, but I seen the tape, okay? But just still the difference in, like the time that was given. Drake himself, you heard out the horse's mouth, said he was 15 at the time the incident occurred.
And so it just became this secret that I had held on to. And it became, I couldn't say I no longer wanted to go to Brian's house because then they're going to raise questions. Well, why don't you want to go to Brian's? And then, he's so apologetic. Oh, this will never happen again. I'm so sorry, that I don't know what got into me. And and I crossed the line, and this will never happen again. And well, he figured out how to convince my mom and everyone around to have me, you know, anytime I would have an audition or anytime I needed to work on dialogue or anything, I somehow ended up back at Brian's house. And it just got worse and worse and worse. Brian was still my friend, everything was fine. I didn't think anything of anything that was happening. In hindsight, I should have been able to see, but as a kid, you have no clue. But my dad saw it a mile away.
I got clips from the documentary where his father even spoke out about the situation and how Mr. Peck made him feel uneasy, uncomfortable around his son, and not just his son, but other kids as well. So let's hear what Drake Bell's father has to say about the situation, and we'll meet back up.
Said, you know, I really am very uncomfortable with this guy, Brian Peck, always being around my son. I go, I don't see anything abnormal, but it just doesn't, I don't have a good feeling. And she goes, oh, well, I don't know if you knew it or not, but he's gay. Maybe you're just homophobic and you just, you know, you just don't understand that he's a touchy-feely guy. So I said, okay. And then it just kept not setting well with me. So I told people on the set. And I was ostracized. And so I backed off.
But it was like an army against my dad.
After that, Drake had stayed at his mom for about a week, and then I got a phone call from his mom saying, Drake doesn't want you to be his manager anymore. At that time, I said, I want what my son wants. It's killing me. It's hurting me. It's breaking my heart, but I want to do what Drake wants. So I said, okay. So I turned her over, you know, the bank account. I turned her over all kinds of paperwork that she needed to be able to handle Drake's career. But I did say to her, and I said this to her in person, I said, but you never, ever leave Drake alone with Brian Peck, and you never let him be around him unsupervised, period, whatsoever.
So, you know, he even said that he spoke out about it, spoke out against this man's behavior. So his mama to be, you know, more cautious and aware of what was going on between her son and this producer, and to no avail, you know, where his cries heard. And then that led up to him being fired as his son's manager. And that's just terrible, like, and I know it makes him feel like he couldn't protect his son, or he wasn't there to protect his son. And that's why I know we like to tiptoe around the sex talk with our kids, tiptoe around, you know, that conversation just along with our kids, but that's the conversation that need to be had. And how things going now, I'm not sure at what age that conversation need to be had, but we need to be more honest with our kids. We need to communicate more with our kids, and we need to ask questions, you know. Has anyone ever touched you inappropriately? Has anyone ever said something to you inappropriately? Ask about their curiosity, or, you know, let them ask questions. And, you know, we got to make them feel comfortable enough to talk to us about such said things. And not saying, like, go out there and be an activist or promote, you know, children having whatever, but this is a discussion that need to be had, and there's things that we do need to talk about, because like this young man said himself, when it happened, he didn't know what to do. He didn't know how he would come at his mom about it. And I don't know how their relationship was, or, you know, is currently. but he just felt like he didn't have no one to tell. And that's terrible, that's terrible. And I just watch over mine, and I don't play that, again, I can't stress enough. All that staying the night with people and going to people's house, and you're there to do a job. So this where parents, with the parents, sort of went wrong. In the father's case, like, you were told that this man was playing for the other team, then you got your young son who's growing into a teenager, young adult, however. So yeah, I would have definitely been, on it. And he would have never been staying the night, because, we got to separate work from, our outside functions, and he was there to do a job. I know sometimes too, when you're working with people, you tend to think you got a bond with this person. You tend to think these people that you work with are your family members and this, that, third. But if the parents didn't know him well enough, if they wouldn't all going on vacations together and having dinners, I don't know the full extent of what's going on just yet, but I'm gonna get that tea and we gonna talk about it. But my thing is, again, I don't think he would have been staying. If it was my kid, he would not have been staying at his producer house, especially if I had already been seeing him move funny or do inappropriate things with these other kids. So yeah, that was just my take on that situation. But go check out the documentary, like I said, because I know I will be. I seen like bits and pieces of the Amanda Bynes situation, and you see how she turned out. Even my girl, Ariana Grande. It was like little scenes and snips and clips of her doing things that was inappropriate at the time for a kid to be doing. And most of them shows that they were that was in a documentary, and that's why I said I'm definitely gonna check out. I did grow up watching, I did grow up enjoying, and then my kids thereafter. So looking at some of these scenes now from back then, I'm like, what the, but maybe then I wasn't looking at it like. Y'all just gotta go check it out yourself, because it's crazy.
Why don't you think of the worst stuff that someone can do to somebody as a sexual assault, and that'll answer your question.